All right, guys, I got some really cool stuff for you today. Some madness, some craziness. Man, I got a pork chop here. It's one of those thick cut ones, you know. Got a pork chop, but we're gonna do a pork chop today. Um, Normally, I don't know why, but I love macaroni and cheese with my pork chops. I think it's just something my parents have always, growing up, I always remember macaroni and cheese with pork chops. So I don't know. Today I'm not doing that. I'm just doing a pork chop, but I am doctoring it up. I'm telling you, this is some really good stuff. Oh man, let's get right into it. Let's get some butter. Everybody likes that butter, right? Let's throw this down here. Look at that butter. Oh, a little too hot. You can tell by the way that butter turns colors real quick. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys down. Here I just got some orange, some red, and some green bell peppers. Nothing too fancy about them, other than their bell peppers. You know what I mean? Let's add a little bit of oil to them. My butter didn't look like it. Plus, I got a lot. I got some other veggies coming. Oh man, that looks good. That smells good. And that's just bell peppers with nothing on. You know what? Let's go ahead and add some seasoning to it. I got some seasoning today. Of course, I got my salt and pepper. Seasoned salt, of course. It's what I like. It's the thing I do. I like to get them started because those are frozen. Again, my wife likes to be prepared for things. Then I come along and start a cooking show and take all her stuff she prepared. Need to say, those are frozen. These are not. And you know how all that stuff goes. There we go. Got an onion and some bell peppers. That's all going to go to make some really good stuff. Let's go ahead and throw a pork chop down, man. Ooh. Touching it with my hands. Oh, I don't even have my cross-contamination rack. Oh, yeah, I do. It's back there. All right, let's just go ahead and stick this. I have this on medium, low, low, and I had this one started on low, but I turned it off. So I'm just going to throw this down with some oil. There we go. Should be just enough right there. Let's move this around. All right. And then of course, just like everything else, I'm going to give it a little bit of seasoning before I throw it on here. That way we kind of get everything cross-contaminated good and well. Go over here and wipe it off. Need a sink out here. I think eventually I'll do that. All right. We got these two cooking. Let's go ahead and throw, let's move these over here. Ooh, look at that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just throw these on this side. Acting helpless again. Again, I have this one off. Low, medium, high. That's just because these are going to marinate over here for a little bit. You'll see what I'm doing. It's actually some pretty good stuff. Let's throw some mushrooms on there. And again, those are just for flavor. Nothing big. Now, normally in a pan, I would start the pork chop first, get it cooking, and then take it off. And then with the seasoning on the pan, I would put these in. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's just stick these around here. And then I'll do this. Oh, I didn't mean to flip it. I meant just to stick it on there. There we go. And that's just because it's so thick. It'll take a little longer to cook it out. But I have some other stuff over here that I'm going to add. It's actually going to make it all come together. It'll bring it in. It'll make it taste good. Make it look good. I love the way this tastes. It's a kind of a sweet and spicy. Again, I'm just playing with this meat. You know, I like to play with the meat. But again, this is kind of like a sweet and spicy vegetable, pork chop, whatever. Because I'm gonna try to see if I can't get as much of this caramelization off this grill created from this meal. A lot of times, look, if you turn this around like this, you can kind of see it. See, that's about as high up as it's cooked. So you know on the inside that's as far as it's cooked. If you can get it up to here, maybe a good time to flip it. But again, you stick it here, you're going to get it all, you know, uttified, yuctified. So at this point, we're just sitting here waiting. You know, speaking of waiting, I waited all day to do this because I had a memorial to go to. So I guess in a way, I'll dedicate this meal to the person who had the memorial today. One of my close friends, basically my little sis, her mother passed, and it was a nice little ceremony. You know, it's interesting. See, now everybody does different things, and it was sweet. It was a balloon release, and they had some lanterns to go with it. I've never done those lanterns before. Have you guys ever done lanterns? Let me know how it worked out. Did y'all ever catch anything on fire? Luckily, that didn't happen today. Let's look at this bottom. Ooh, look at that. And these veggies, oh, they look good. You know what? Screw this. Let's just go ahead and do this and let's get these veggies going. They're just about cooked. I'll move these right here to the center. We will continue on with these. These are Italian red peppers, Italian cherry peppers, I'm sorry. And the key with these is to take a little bit of the brine with it. This is where you're going to get your hot from. The rest of these are pretty sweet. But now, I don't know if you guys know, when you throw this in here, the brine is vinegar. Salt, vinegar, water, whatever. You ever cook with vinegar? Stand back, because, man, that'll take your breath away. Smells to die for, you know? And we'll just keep flipping these right here. Because essentially, I'm going to try to make these as yummy as I can. Get some of this flavor off the grill. Just going to throw that in the corner. Teach it a lesson. You're in the naughty corner. You've been naughty. What did I do? You didn't cook fast enough. Whose fault is that? It's mine. Now here I have, so normally, yes, I'm a wine drinker, so I like white, I like red. It depends on what we're cooking. We went with white with this, but I like keeping these little bottles here. I get one that I don't mind. Again, anytime you cook with wine, make sure it's one that you drink. And if you don't like wine, don't even bother buying cooking wine because that don't taste good. Don't add anything to it. So if a recipe calls for wine, you can always use broth. Chicken broth, beef broth, anything. You could actually use water if you wanted to. Anyway, so I'm going to add a little bit of this. This is going to give me a little bit of slossiness. And again, this isn't an expensive wine. This is actually one of those cheap ones. Oh, look at that. You see that? And we're just going to kind of scrape the grill here. And normally I'll move these around, but no, I want these to marinate in these juices. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. How many times did you look at it? You haven't stopped, so it's only once. Trick question. All right, man. These are looking just about perfect. And let's go ahead and see how this bad boy's doing. Look like it's cooked most of the way. I bet you it's a little pink in the center, but that's why I got this side on low, because I figured that much. I figured these wouldn't take that long. Oh, man. But I want to tell you something. Let's add some... Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my parsley. I only add a little bit of parsley to this. It kind of kicks it up a notch, you know what I mean? Add some more wine just to flavor it around. This is I believe this is a Pinot Grigio. So and again, in a skillet, you would have so much of this brine and everything, and it would be nice and gooey, and you could actually take this and drip it over your... You could actually take this and drip it over your pork chop. It's really, really, really good. And let's season the same side of the pork chop as I did before, because I didn't season the side, but I flipped. Season this other side. Again, seasoned salt and black pepper. Oh man, I can already smell this. I keep thinking I burned my stuff, but no, those are mushrooms. They're naturally that colored. All right, man. I say we just go ahead and turn all these off. Oh, where'd you come from? Hitchhiker, trying to catch a ride on the hitch. And what I'm going to do, I'm just trying to save all the... If you notice, I'm not scraping these as much in the tray because it's this stuff. You see that? And you know what we're going to do with it? We're going to pull it up. We're going to try to pull up as much as we can without taking seasoning off the grill. How do you do that? We'll find out. So one more time. Give it a little bit more wine, which is just going to make it... to me, actually, this is what adds some of the sweetness. There you go. And then what we will do, we will go ahead and pull our plate out. We will flip our pork chop. Give it a nice, good little sizzle. And this, you see, I'm trying to get as much of this juice. You can't see it, can you? Let's move this over here. But yeah, I'm trying to get as much of that wine that I just poured on there onto my little skillet here. Or my skillet, my little spatula cooking utensil. And we'll just throw these right like this on the side. Yum. Yeah, I'm a crazy, silly guy when around my friends and say a lot of things. So while we were at the memorial over here and things, I heard my wife apologizing to my friend for being friends with me. It was funny. My friend said, yeah, well, you're the one that married him. So this meal, it's dedicated. All right, now let's spread this out, man. Actually, let's put some of these on here. Oh, no, you know what I'm going to do? There's my pork chop. Not quite done being plated. You know why? Because I still have this to add. This. Oh, let's see if I can get some. Just like that. If you don't know what that is, that is that is the cherry on top. That right there is paprika, but not just any paprika. It's the Hungarian paprika. Hungarian spicy hot paprika. So with that being said, let me give everything a good scrape. Make it look good for the thumbnail. All right. And again, this was a quick, easy one. Probably could have been a lot quicker if I got a thinner pork chop, but I didn't. So, there you go. This is for you, my memorial friend, the one that went on. Time for you to eat up.